Nobody wins when the family feels.
Dispatch told Commerce City Police someone had been shot at Paradise Island Pool.
Multiple callers, one party shot in the chest.
You owe me money like TG, you make him tear it off. Hold that nigga hostage if you say that he ain't got it all. Y'all niggas broke.
Move your head, slip that jab.
To this weekend, 2 people died after a triple shooting in Denver's Five Points neighborhood. This was Saturday morning.
And Denver 7 has learned that one of the victims, the son of a community leader here in Denver,
that he grew up in, they killed my son.
Sayer says it's a slap in the face.
My son wasn't no gangbanger. He wasn't no drug dealer. He wasn't no troublemaker. My son was following after my footsteps.
What can the community do to support you right now?
Give me my son back. They can give me my son back.
Sometimes it's tough doing these stories. We speaking on situations that really, you gotta be in that situation to give an opinion. So I try my best to just tell the story. Everybody don't grieve the same. Fam, if your son was lost to gun violence and it's been a year and you still haven't received justice, no one has been arrested, what would you do? Today we talk about a man from Colorado who took matters in his own hands. Just under a year after his son was gunned down, it seemed he'd get arrested for retaliation. We're talking about a former MMA fighter, a community activist who decided for that one moment, all that was worth it. Today we try to see why, give a rundown of who he is, who his son was, pay our respects as we go over their stories. So before we go over this, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it. Born June 30th, 1978, was Lumumba Sayers, aka Heavy Hands. He grew up in Colorado. In 2007, he became a professional MMA fighter, with his first professional fight going against Anthony Martinez, in which he won in the first round in less than a minute. He became pro on October 30th, 2009, a fight against Brian Christina, in which he won in the first round in 54 seconds. His last professional fight was August 15, 2014, against Cannon Grisby. He lost in the second round. He retired with 6 wins and 5 losses as a pro. But by this time in 2014, Sayer Sr. had a son who was 14 years old, born in 2000. He decided to hang it up, open a gym that's located 2360 Dayton Street, Aurora, Colorado. This gym was considered a safe haven for the community. This was a place where Lumumba was trained not only his son, but also his community. He even hosts events for those who had problems with each other. They can come there to the gym and fight without someone losing their life and getting arrested. Sayers' son name was Lumumba Sayers Jr., a young man who was an MMA fighter and also an aspiring rapper.
Niggas know how I'm rocking, man. I'm off the phone with it. I'm with my cousins in this pit off. Niggas think they really hard, but they pill us off. If you owe me money like TG, you make him tear it off. Hold that nigga hostage if you say that he ain't got it all.
But on August 19, 2023, Lumumba Sayers Jr., who was just 23 years old at the time, was one of 2 people shot and killed near 28th and Welton Street in Denver. No real motive was released to the public, only a picture of what authorities say is the alleged suspect with some bright neon pants, who going on a year now still haven't been apprehended. And at this point, Sayer Sr., he was crushed as you can imagine. And I did hear some clues that he gave the local reporters when he went to the news, only some weeks after losing his son. It seemed he said his son lost his life protecting his sister and his brother. I'm assuming they was there, and it could have been an altercation. But when the interviewer asked Sayer Sr., what could the community do to help him with this grieving process? His answer was, quote, "Give me my son back," end quote. Fam, that touched me.
My son's footprint was way bigger than mine in a shorter amount of time. Like, people used to tell him, like, you live in your daddy's shadow. And I used to tell him, I don't have a shadow, son, because you're a bright light. I helped him. But at the same time, he created his own way. I was a fighter, but my son was a fighter. I'm talking about veterans, veteran fighters. He was making them look like amateurs. So yeah, my son, he died taking up for his sister and his cousin.
Annabelle!
But she's like, good luck.
Every time he would come in the gym, he would always talk smack. He would always
was always joking, and he would always just talk like a big game. So it was really fun to practice with him. He made it really fun. A lot of the grown-ups, they didn't want to work with me because, I mean, I was little. And I don't think they wanted, expected much out of me. But La Mamba did. He would train with everyone, but if he really did put his time and effort, it was because he saw something or he liked something in you. It's just crazy how someone who's stopping to fight something ends up getting killed by it. To resort to a weapon rather than being a man and talking to him like how he wanted to, or even if it was bringing your gloves up, it would have been better than what he had done to him. I feel like if I were to stop, he would be very disappointed. I don't think he would want that. I think he would want me to keep going. So I feel like that's what I'm going to carry with me. To keep driving, to not lose my motivation. Because, I mean, he never did. Even when sometimes I'm sure he didn't want to practice or felt like quitting. So I'm going to keep that with me, and I'm going to make something out of myself. And I do want to also help with their guns down, because I really do agree with it. I strongly believe it.
There was a point in time where there was like 5 shootings back to back to back. And there was a young, they had already started this guns down, gloves up movement, in a different state. So there was a guy by the name of Goldmouth. Him and his crew started doing boxing matches in the backyard. So they invited my son to come, and this is before he started fighting. And they invited him to come, and he came, and he did one of their boxing matches in their backyard. So then word started getting out if y'all got beef with somebody on the street, call my dad or call my uncle, and they can set it up for y'all to meet at the gym. Y'all can put the gloves on, squash it, leave it alone. Nobody go to jail, nobody get hurt, nobody die. So we started bringing people in. They would reach out to me on Facebook, and I'd reach out to both parties, bring them in, and they'd come in and we mediate the situation. And by the time the mediation was done, because I would help them express to each other how each other felt about the situation. And by the time the situation was over and done with, none of them, they understood how each other felt, and nobody wanted to fight anymore.
But on August 10th, 2024, only 9 days before the 1-year anniversary of Sayers Jr. losing his life, his dad, Sayers Sr., he would be accused of shooting and killing a man in the head at a child's pool party in possible retaliation for a son demise just a year prior. He was accused of walking up and shooting a man at point-blank range in Commerce, Colorado. Sayers Sr. is charged with first-degree M. The victim was identified as 28-year-old Malcolm Watson. May he rest in peace. I love condolences to his family. He was hosting a party for his 5-year-old son. His sister had responded by saying he had nothing to do with Sayers Jr. losing his life. But according to authorities, they believe Malcolm Watson is a friend of the man who took the life of Sayers Jr.
MMA Fighter is in jail tonight, accused of murder.
It was nearly a year ago when Commerce City police say that somebody killed Lumumba Sayers' son in Denver. 9 News reporter Kelly Rinke has learned officers think that a killing over the weekend was the father's retaliation.
Yeah, Kyle and Angeline, I spoke to the victim's sister, who told me her brother is innocent. She said he wasn't involved at all in the death of Lumumba Sayers' son. Court records say Sayer may have killed Malcolm Watson in retaliation. It comes after the former fighter spent years of his life trying to combat gun violence in Colorado.
Special Attention District 2 for GSW.
It was just before 5 p.m. Saturday at a water park for kids. Dispatch told Commerce City police someone had been shot at Paradise Island Pool.
Multiple callers, one party shot in the chest.
The victim was 28-year-old Malcolm Watson. His sister told 9 News he died while leaving his son's 5th birthday party. Officers quickly found their suspect.
We're going to have the suspect in custody.
Investigators arrested Lumumba Sayers Sr., a man who spent years of his life advocating against gun violence in Colorado.
Spread apart, give each other some room.
9 News profiled Sayers in 2021 at his boxing gym in Aurora, a place he said he opened to be a safe space for kids.
If there's ever a decision that they are unsure of, that they can call us and get those answers to those problems. We just got to get these kids who are out here making bad decisions to make better decisions.
3 years after that interview, Sayers is behind bars on a first-degree murder charge. Police have already identified a possible motive. Court documents say his son was murdered about a year ago by a friend of Watson, the man shot and killed in Commerce City. Watson's sister told 9 News her brother is innocent and wasn't involved in the death of Sayers' son. Quote, "How is it a revenge killing if my brother isn't the one who had anything to do with it?" she said over the phone. "How are you an activist murdering innocent people?" No one has been convicted in the death of Sayers' son. Sayer is due back in court on Thursday. Kelly Rinke.
It's an unfortunate situation for everyone involved. I'm praying for every victim in this story and their families. I'm not here to blame. I'm not here to give my opinion. I'm here to strictly give the story. Fam, y'all let me know how y'all feel though. I'm eager to see. But this was the story of a Colorado MMA fighter who allegedly took the life of a man who was connected with his son being gunned down only 9 days from a year of him losing his life. Talk to me in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until then, I'll catch you guys on the next one.